the capital of Ohio, and home to some 750,000 people. The city sits in the heart of it all, within 550 miles of half the population of the U.S. Columbus also has a criminal network to rival any city. Among the most notorious gangs here, the Aryan Republican Army, or ARA.
These were very professional bank robbers, along the lines of Jesse James or John Dillinger. They robbed 22 banks, stole about $250,000, never got caught during a bank robbery.
We basically have three general objectives: eliminate the government, exterminate and repatriate all non-whites with their lands. That's it.
The ARA lives by the ideals put forth in the white supremacist novel, The Turner Diaries.
The most radical fringe of the white supremacists used the Turner Diaries as a blueprint on how to take over the United States government.
The order also paved the way for the ARA's revolution.
You could learn from their mistakes, get the inspiration from the Turner Diaries, and then say, okay, how can we do this better?
The ARA has two leaders. One is Peter Kevin Langen, aka Commander Pedro. The other leader is Richard Lee Guthrie Jr., aka Commander Pavel. Guthrie is a loner who hates the government.
Guthrie was always, apparently from his high school days, a bit of a racist and outsider.
He honed his criminal skills at an early age. But Langen is a racist extremist, obsessed with firearms and explosives.
Extremely manipulative and conniving, extremely intelligent.
Langen would be more the bomb maker, the person responsible, I think, for the guns and the ammunition and maintaining the safe houses. He seemed to be more the logistics individual.
Guthrie uses his knowledge of the printing business to create fake IDs, which bear the names of FBI agents.
They would adopt their identity, get an ID in their name, and put like a getaway car in their name. Their tongue-in-cheek way of saying to law enforcement, you didn't get me this time.
1993, Springdale, Ohio. Guthrie enlisted 21-year-old Sean Kenny to help him case the Society National Bank. After almost a year of surveillance, the ARA made its move. June 8th, 1994, 9 a.m. Guthrie and Peter Langen stormed the Society National Bank.
Get down! No arms, no hostages.
The ARA's membership is highly secretive.
We're not one, but we're hundreds.
Its members perform their crimes independently. It's a deliberate strategy the gang calls a leaderless resistance.
They're doing it on their own so that there's no ties back to ultimately one individual or one organization.
Between robberies, gang members live separate lives at rented safe houses.
They had a hideout here in the south side of Columbus. They had a hideout in Kansas.
These hideouts are stocked with guns, explosives, and radios. There are rules of engagement, which the gang calls Basic Armed Robbery Techniques, or BART.
The BART technique, you always find a location that's within 3 right turns of major roads, preferably highway.
They always wear clever disguises. Each job is planned carefully.
They would spend close to a month prior to a robbery selecting a location, purchasing a getaway car, and then casing that particular location. And after they went through those steps, they would normally separate again and then get back together and go into the mode of actually robbing that bank.
As the ARA's ambitions grew, they asked Sean Kenny to introduce them to Mark Thomas. October 25th, Langan and Guthrie, dressed in construction gear, took over the Columbus National Bank.
Langan would run down the counter shouting, "Andale, andale, la bamba," as if that would cause a witness to say it was a Hispanic person that robbed the bank.
They're gone within 90 seconds, leaving behind an explosive device to divert attention. By 1995, the FBI was actively investigating the robbers, whom they dubbed the Midwestern Bank Bandits. They caught a break when Kenny decided to come forward in April 1995. January 15th, 1996. Kenny met ARA leader Richard Guthrie Jr. at a Cincinnati restaurant, while FBI agents tailed them.
Not too long after that, Guthrie basically spilled the beans about the gang. He told them about Langan. He told them about the hideout in South Columbus. He told them about other gang members and where they might be located.
January 18th, 1996. A dozen agents and a SWAT team descended on the ARA's headquarters in Columbus.
Our plan was to allow Langan to come out, block the re-entry to the house so that he couldn't get back inside, and arrest him either in the van behind the house or in the alley as he was leaving that area.
The ARA began falling apart. In July, Richard Guthrie Jr. was called to testify against Langan. The day before his appearance, Guthrie hung himself in his jail cell. Peter Langan was tried for both the Springdale and Columbus robberies and for assaulting federal officers.